up in Boulder Canyon. I had nothing on me. I was naked except for 3 bobby pins in my hair. It was a shocking murder for Boulder. The people were so upset that instead of letting me be buried in a pauper's grave, they raised money for a headstone and a funeral. They left flowers at my grave and cards addressed to somebody's daughter. And then, for almost 50 years, people forgot about me. Strangers were buried on either side of me, until an autumn day like this, when people in Boulder came back to the cemetery to learn about the dead. They began to ask questions about who I was, and a journalist named Sylvia Pettum began raising money to reopen my case. In 2004, they exhumed my body, and they were able to take some of my DNA. They started narrowing it down, and they thought they'd found me at last. A woman named Catherine Dyer, who'd gone missing around that time. They were as sure as they could be, because they couldn't find any of her family. But then something strange happened. A couple of women in Australia were helping an elderly American woman by the name of Barbara to move. They were packing up her things, and they found this address book where she'd written down her name as Catherine Dyer. Curious, they looked it up online and saw pictures of the woman they thought was Jane Doe and realized it was the same woman that they were helping move, that she'd been alive all that time. Catherine wasn't really her name. She used to just call herself that back in the day because she thought she looked like Katharine Hepburn. Well, after that, they thought they might never find out who I was, but someone else had been following the story. My great niece. She had been seeing it, and once they knew I wasn't Catherine, she thought I might be her missing great aunt. She contacted Sylvia, they ran the DNA tests, and I got my name back. I am Dorothy Gay Howard, and what a life I lived.